Or actually, yeah, let's look at Tai a little bit. I see Voidzilla made a video. I kind of want to see Void. I like Voidzilla. Or CoffeeZilla.
It's always...
Can't wait to play Sonic when I get back home. I actually saw Angry Joe talking about I saw Angry Joe was talking about that, and he said the game was really good. Which I'm not saying I'm like surprised about, but I mean Angry Joe said it's like a really good game, so my day's been all right. The cat that I lost a while back finally came back home, so he's safe now. That's awesome to hear. Got slammed at work. I was good until this last one customer got mad about his order. Sheesh. All right, so this will be a quick one, but a little bit of backstory. If you guys don't remember Tai Lopez, he was a content creator, social media influencer guy who he was making content where he was telling people about how to invest, and he's a scammer, in my opinion. Well, it's not even in my opinion. It's kind of proven at this point. He's a scammer, and that's he kind of made it as like an investing guru or helping people with their money and stuff. And people have always known in the background. It's like, oh, this guy's probably a scammer. He's probably doing what do they call it? Pyramid schemes and stuff with the sword. We know he's messing with crypto, and lo and behold, it seems as though he's finally getting in trouble with I don't know, with the IRS or with the FBI, or somebody's finally looking into him because the guy's made a crap ton of money from scamming. I think he initially went out and he bought like multiple companies. He bought like Pier. What is it? What's that clothing company? Pier something? Pier 21? Pier 51? I can't remember. He bought that. He bought like Radio Shack and a couple other companies, like half expecting to somehow bring them back, which everyone knew that wasn't going to happen. But yeah, here's CoffeeZilla. It seems as though our boy, um, oh gosh, I already forgot his name. What's his name? I forgot. Oh, Tai Lopez. I don't know. Dude, Tai Lopez is such a stupid content creator. I mean, he's like, I don't, you can tell he's not a guy who comes off as like legit. He's just a scammer. It's like, oh, whoop-de-doo, he got in trouble.
Always the ones you suspect the most. Here in my void, I want to talk to you guys today about Tai Lopez, who is roving the streets like a madman after recently he was accused of raising $112 million through fraudulent offerings with his co-founder Alex Mayer and Maya Birkenrode. This is the SEC has now taken a case against Tai Lopez, but he's still ranting about...
Yay, the SEC's finally looking into Tai Lopez. I can't tell you how stoked I am. I mean, I'm just happy to see someone who's like a bad actor who is just a flat out scammer. It's like, can the SEC start looking more into people like this? It's just like, who's the other guy that is in the same boat that I know is doing stuff? Is it Gary? What's his name? Gary something. Gary. Oh my gosh. I can't remember. Gary Vaynerchuk. Gary V. There you go. That guy, Gary V. Please, SEC, please look into him too. Like, come on. You guys got to eventually start cracking down on some of these people that are making crazy amounts of money just scamming people. F around and found out moments at Skylar. Absolutely. I hate scammers.
books.
Remember, they can't control you if you read the right books and inform yourself.
Now let me say, Tai, depending on the outcome here of these allegations, they may be able to control you. I'm just going to be honest with you. It doesn't matter how many books you read. These allegations spell trouble for our boy, the boy from the garage. I don't know if you remember our fresh-faced guy, the reason for the ad block. Here he is right here.
Here in my garage. Just bought this new Lamborghini here.
And I guess now we know how. Of course, later he transitioned to Here in My Backyard. That was kind of the sequel to all of this.
Hey, here in my backyard.
Tai was always known for running these ads, telling people, you got to sign up for his 47 rules for success, the 12 rules for, whatever, sales, the 5 ways to get through life. I mean, he always had something to sell. And for a while, he kind of got away with it. No.
People trusted him, bro. His haircut looks fake. I wouldn't even. I mean, I guess people had to have trusted him. If he's making money doing what he's doing, then I would like to think people wouldn't fall for it. But apparently, maybe people were. I mean, it's crazy. OMG, it's the Lamborghini guy, says Odin. Yeah, see, someone in chat remembers Tai Lopez. I mean, that's where he got his name, was doing those stupid videos from his garage where he's like, "Hey everyone, I'm here in my garage. But all you need to do is to invest and buy these 5 things, and you will make money." That's Tai Lopez. That's how he made his name.
At the end of the day, when you sell knowledge and you overpromise and underdeliver, people don't get too mad. I mean, people like me will kind of call you a grifter. That's really the worst that's going to happen to you. The problem with Tai was he's one of these guys who went from, trying to sell the fact he's this business savant, because he quotes Charlie Munger all the time, to now taking money from people and actually raising money for some businesses that he was going to run. REV was the holding company, and they bought a bunch of distressed assets. You may know Radio Shack, Pier 1, Steinmart, a bunch of companies that went out of business, and Tai bought
Pier
them up
1.
with a
Why did I
bunch
say
of other
Pier
people's
21?
money, and said that they were going to raise, basically flip them using e-com, take away the brick and mortar, bring in the...
What CoffeeZilla is essentially going to talk about is that, from what I understand, Tai went out and bought these companies, Pier 1, Radio Shack, a couple other ones. And I think what what he's going to talk about is how, from what I understand, Tai bought them not with the expectation of actually reviving these brands and companies. He doesn't actually care about bringing them back, but rather utilizing the name recognition with those companies and finding ways of essentially, I guess, grifting or stealing money somehow, because he just owns those name brands. So I'll let him speak.
Great marketing from Tai Lopez. He was going to rant on the streets about, I guess, Radio Shack, right? He was going to go around telling you about Dress Barn, from his platforms. And I guess it's kind of a plausible idea. The problem was they lied to investors along the way, at least if you believe the SEC's allegations, which claims that Tai and Alex Mayer made misrepresentations and omitted to state material facts, specifically about the profitability. They were saying their portfolio companies were on fire and cash flow is strong, which, depending on what you mean by on fire, maybe that was actually true, because these companies were burning through cash. Meanwhile, they were raising money from investors, mostly through a combination of debt and sometimes equity. And when things were falling apart, at least $5.9 million of those returns that were supposedly distributed to investors, like the payback for the loans, were in reality what they call Ponzi-like payments funded by other investors. In addition, Tai Lopez and...
I see what's happening. So, because snake oil salesmen, it's always these kind of dudes. So essentially, to drum up additional monies, I guess, to make the transactions for Pier 1 or Radio Shack, etc., for those multiple companies he bought, he was using investor funds to do that. Classic pyramid scheme. Or not pyramid, Ponzi-like scheme. Which, is a Ponzi scheme a pyramid scheme? That would be an interesting question. So more of a Ponzi scheme. So essentially, you take in all of this money from multiple investors who are investing in these companies that you're buying, because they're expecting, you're going to turn a profit of these name brand companies, and instead of using the investment money to put into those companies or something, I guess you just keep the money. So, to be fair, I'm going to say something that probably is bad. What I'm thinking is, to be fair, how could those people think that you're actually going to turn around? What I'm thinking is, you have to be an idiot to think that Tai Lopez is going to turn around and save Radio Shack or Pier 1. It's a stupid thing to buy those companies anyways. There's a reason why they're going under and why they're going bankrupt. So again, I'm not saying it's right to take those investors' monies, but it's an incredibly stupid thing to invest in anyways. So I guess what I'm saying is I don't really feel bad about them having their money taken because it's just a bad investment anyways. I don't know. I feel two ways. I don't feel bad that they got scammed, but I do still want Tai Lopez to get in trouble because he's a terrible freaking person. So it's like it's I don't know. I again, maybe I'm being too harsh. I mean, he had it coming, said Skylar. Well, it's in my head. I think those people deserve to get gotten scammed, but also I still think they should be covered because they did get scammed. So it's like I don't know. Maybe they're people that did that investing. They had to have known that that was a waste of money. Really, I don't know. That's so weird.
Alexander Mayer apparently misappropriated approximately $16.1 million in investor funds, which were diverted for their personal use. They're using it for personal, spending, I guess.
Just bought this new Lamborghini
Here
here.
in my
According
garage.
to the SEC, according to their allegations. Now, of course, they're going to have a chance to defend themselves, but I have to say, guys, we have to do better than this. If this guy is selling you something, he's saying he's going to turn it all around after years of just bombarding you with grifter ads, I have to tell you, we're in trouble. But I also want to say,
Oh, see, CoffeeZilla's even kind of agreeing with me. It's like, guys, why are you giving money to this man? Who is giving money to this man? He's a grifter. He's a con artist. Where it it's like I don't even know where like is it just I want to say it's just people that are bad at business, but you only get to that level of money and wealth by owning successful businesses. So if you're so successful, I mean, I guess it's got to be just people just throwing money into the wind, right? Like sure, investors know that they're going to lose money by investing into Tai Lopez and whatever his thing is, but maybe they just have so much money that they're just willing to take the risk. You know what I mean? It's like if you're worth $1 billion and Tai Lopez is like, hey, you mind giving me $1 million? And if maybe this will do really well for you. And I guess maybe that's the case, is that the people that do this stupid investing, they just have so much money that they're just like, sure, here's $1 million, whatever. Let's see if it turns into anything. You know what I mean? It's just they must just have such a inordinate amount of money that they can just lose $1 million and be fine. And then imagine that on a scale of like turn that one person into like 30 or 40 wealthy people that are able to lose $1 million under their seat cushions. That's what it sounds like to me. It's just like, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I can't afford to lose $1 million because I ain't got $1 million. So that's what I'm guessing is he probably got 20 to 30 to 40 to 50 people who have just so much money that he can convince them to give him each like $1 million or just under $1 million, and then take the money. You know what I mean? And it's like those people are just like, they probably don't find out until months later that they're like, oh, I lost $1 million. I don't like that. You know what I mean? Just rich, I guess. Never trust the flexers on the internet, Veronica. One thing I've always learned when it comes to online stuff is, if maybe not even online stuff, in life in general, if someone's trying to sell you something, generally not good. I was gonna make a joke. I was gonna try and find something to try and sell you guys. Here, buy my name brand EnteR ChazmaN chapstick. I should start doing it. Veronica Rose. Plus, even if he did revive stores like Radio Shack, I don't think there's enough people to care to buy from them since they haven't had competitors like Amazon or Best Buy. Yeah, it's a no-win proposition. Again, I think that's what's happening is like, because people like me and you guys are smart enough to know Radio Shack and Pier 1 are not coming back. Brick and mortar physical retail is a dying breed. So like it's just a bad investment. So the only thing that makes sense is for Tai Lopez to go, well, Radio Shack's a big name. If I buy Radio Shack, maybe I can get 20 dummies to give me a bunch of money, and then I'll just keep the money. You know what I mean? And I'll promise them the world. And that's got to be what's happening. Is it's got to be rich, wealthy people just taking a risk on something that they can afford to lose. They can dump $1 million into something and forget they ever invested it. That's got to be what it is. And her chapstick, their sales are booming. I would love to sell my own chapstick. I'd love to sell anything. I need money.
grifter, and you want to go out there, I have to warn you, do not lie to your investors. They will eventually catch you. I actually spoke to somebody who basically talked about his experience with Tai Lopez. The worst part about it by far were all the lies and omissions. They kind of say like, hey, look, I get that businesses fail, but specifically they were dealing with Maya and getting paid back some of their funds. This was at a time where it was not admitted that these companies were doing very poorly. They were saying, oh, we're doing so great. We're doing so awesome. And so Maya was behind the scenes promising to pay this guy back his wire, and literally sending, according to him, confirmations of the wire transfer while not actually sending the money. Like, and if you guys don't know, that can be there can be some criminal liability there sometimes. So, incredibly serious accusations. I'll let him tell it.
My name is Jared Getz. I've known of Tai for, obviously many years. He was always, the biggest internet marketer out there. I mean, the deal was great. It was, 20% returns on your money for 2 years. And then there was supposed to be a return of capital after 2 years in a balloon.
So here, wow. So we got one of them on camera. Here's one of the investors I was just talking about. Look at that house. Look at that house. That is who we were just talking about. Some wealthy person who's just like, oh, this guy's promising me X amount, and then I can give him a tiny bit amount of money. And this is the dum-dums where I was just talking about. That's fascinating. He got him on camera. Or he did his own video.
Accusations. I'll let him tell it.
My name is Jared Getz. I've known of Tai for, obviously many years. He was always, the biggest internet marketer out there. I mean, the deal was great. It was, 20% returns on your money for 2 years. And then there was supposed to be a return of capital after 2 years and a balloon payment of 40% paid with
20% return for 2 years, and then it would balloon up. So this guy legitimately thought Radio Shack and those companies were coming back, I guess. I just like, how did you get, this guy's super young. This has to be a trust fund baby, right? This guy's like my age. How do you have a house like that at my age? Like, really? This has to be some trust fund wealthy person's kid, because, like, how else do you get to be that age and making bad business decisions like that? Like, come on. Like, no, I'm not mean to judge him, but like a 30-year-old with a house like that, like,
your principal returned. And so, I threw in, I think it was like $275,000 or something like that.
He threw in, who has $275,000 to just throw into something? See what I mean? This is what's wrong with modern investing. Is all the money is owned by these wealthy people sitting up at the very top who can just afford to just throw in $275,000 into something random that they have no idea. I mean, I guess that's investing in general, but it's like, bro, I don't. You know how much? You know what I could do with 275 grand right now? Like, come on.
And and they were paying back, monthly interest payments, and things were going really well. And then right around the time when the principal was due, and I'm a very easygoing, reasonable person. Right around the time the principal was due, Maya reached out and she was like, hey, is it cool if we postpone your payment for 2 weeks? We're just getting things in order. And they sent a test wire, and I got the test wire, and they said, okay, cool, we sent your wire. And a day goes by, I didn't get it. 2 days go by, I didn't get it. 3 days didn't get it. Hey, Maya, I didn't get the wire. Cool, let me look into it for you. Let me figure out what's going on. About a week later, hey, sorry, Jared, there was an issue with the bank. We're gonna have to try this again. Let me know if you got this other test wire. So next day I get another like $50 wire. Yeah, got it. No problem. Great. All right, cool. I'm going to send the rest of it. Of course, I don't get the wire. I don't hear from them for a few days.
See what I mean? This guy is some wealthy person's kid. How do you get this far in life with that amount of wealth by being this dumb? I'm sorry. I'm going to say it flat out. He clearly, like, this dude is a bag of rocks. Like, come on. Being promised 20% return, they're messing around with you in terms of the wire payments. It's like, bro, you're getting scammed. Oh my goodness.
And then they said they sent the wire again, and I didn't get it. And then I started getting ghosted. And that's when I was like, and to be honest, I'm not the type of person that like, I get it. Investing, you sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. But when there's lies and deception and complete and utter disrespect, that's where things start to get hairy. And so I would, start to get ghosted for a little bit longer and longer until it was like, hey, what's going on with this? And it got to a point where she sent me a screenshot. Hey, the wire got sent out. And I'm like, okay, well, if I got a screenshot of a wire and then I didn't get the wire, of course. And then I got ghosted for like about a month. And at that point, I'm like, hey, like, at this point, it's just rude. Like, can you at least just be on, like, just tell me what's going on? And then I finally hear back from her like a little bit over a month later. And she's like, sorry, I was traveling. I'm like, are you kidding me? You're traveling? Like, what does that mean to me? And then, we started talking again. And the last message I heard was like, hey, sorry. I think it was her dad. She's like, hey, sorry, my dad died or something. And then I just got completely ghosted from there. And at this point, like,
I'm sorry, I'm traveling. I'm 6 months pregnant. My dad just died. They are giving this dude the workaround.
They had set up these WhatsApp communities with all the investors, which at first it was all this camaraderie and everyone's like, hyping each other up. And then people start getting a little bit weirded out that, and you start to see other people aren't getting their money. And then finally, I don't remember the timeline exactly. It was probably about 6 months later that that we heard that they're going to have to file for bankruptcy.
Now, that's just the short version of the story. But after this, Jared and others went and they basically reported these guys. And of course, now there are charges, at least with the Securities and Exchange Commission. And I think it's good. I don't think you should be able to raise $100 million with various false statements, omissions, misstatements, and you get away with it, especially on the back of your social media profile. Now, if you're wondering what's going on with Tai now that he has gotten these allegations against him, it's not going well. He's still hawking things. This was his Tai Lopez vlog. He wants you to text him a private number and he's going to, potentially sell you on something. But this is just a few days ago. He's talking about the malicious actors that are trying to take you down. It very much feels like, vague posting about what he's actually going through.
And make no mistake, we live in a world where you're trying to be controlled, both maliciously by people and indirectly. There's groups of people that are trying to control you that don't necessarily wake up in the morning and say they want to ruin your life. But the structure of the system is built to control you.
Really? Is the structure of that system a 3-letter word? Is it called the SEC? Now, I only say that because...
Bro, hold on. I'm gonna rub my eyes. Hold on. You're complaining that the structure of the system is out to get you when it let you become a multi-hundred millionaire. And you're complaining that the system is out to get you when you've been allowed to become mega filthy rich. When all you probably had to do is quit the game. You're worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Why didn't you just stop when you were worth like 20-30 million? That way you could avoid getting into trouble. Like, dude, greed is a crazy thing. It's like, yeah, dude, the system's already letting you get away with a bunch of BS, right? Like, they're already letting you become filthy rich. But, like, you realize the bigger and larger you get, well, save unless you're in politics, but you realize for the most part, the bigger and larger you get, the more scrutiny you typically will get on you. And it's like, oh, Veronica Rose in chat said, no, that reminds me of my dad since he tried to get a mechanic to work on his car, but he kept saying, my dad died, my sister died, my dog died. No, that's crazy. It's just like, dude, these people are. Somebody like Tai Lopez is just like, he deserves to go bankrupt. Throw him in jail. He's never gonna get it. Somebody like Tai Lopez, he's never gonna get over it. He's got to lose everything.
As well as going through that, he also brought on Trevor Milton, who famously got pardoned by Trump after, the whole FBI, indictment and later charges, and he was going to pay back victims until he got pardoned by Trump. And later, the SEC dropped their case as well, because obviously he's pardoned now. But it's interesting to watch Tai Lopez really, love this guy for his message.
This trophy hunting, it's unfair that people, like, for example, Elon Musk has had a run-in with the SEC.
Yeah,
he had
huge.
a big one. And he says, I saw a recent article where Elon said, if I knew what I knew now, I would not have settled. He took a settle. He settled and had to pay a fine, had to step down from being the on the board of directors of Tesla. And it happened again. He's got a thing now. And he just said, I'm not gonna. I saw the SEC. He wouldn't come on the interviews. He's like, I'm done. You've asked me enough questions. And it's clearly a trophy hunting case. In your experience, the same
I've never
thing.
met you before. Never met him. Never once ever spoken to you until today. Until I got invited on. It's amazing that so many people have had to come to that same realization mentally. What a special thing. Like, everyone had to go through their battle.
Yes.
I honestly thought it was something unique to what I went through. And now I'm hearing it's coming from you and him and others. Like, well, it actually makes me feel better about my situation, knowing I'm not crazy.
Yeah. This universe took, but it can also just give back. Donald Trump calls you. It's over.
Well, but being pardoned for something isn't a normal. Being pardoned for something is not a normal way of winning a case. Like, that's essentially a get out of jail free card, even if you're guilty. Like, I'm sorry, but taking a bow and being appreciative for getting a pardon is not like, that's not like I won the case and my lawyer got me out of a bad thing. That's like, just because of favors, someone just is like, nope, you're not in trouble. It's like, but I'm just saying, taking that credit is not that doesn't mean you were innocent. That means you got a pardon. That's all that means.
Your pardon.
Dude is wild.
You can almost see Tai hoping for that call himself. Now, look, again, I've talked to some of the investors who've gone through this. It's been horrible trying to get their money back. But also, guys, protect yourself. When somebody grifts and grifts and grifts, do not trust them with your money, please. Tai is still trying to sell stuff to people. He's still trying to push people into stuff. I even got leaked one of Tai's frameworks, and at the bottom of the whole framework is the 3-pillar close, where, just so you guys know, they say if they can't afford it, you first see if they can't afford it on a credit or debit card, and if not, we discuss finance options with Klarna, PayPal Credit, or Elective. So this is the kind of guy you're dealing with, putting your course on Klarna. I don't know what to say. Really bad stuff. Now, I gave Tai an opportunity to respond to the allegations the SEC made. He did not reply. If he does, I will pin it. Okay.
All right, y'all. Well, that was CoffeeZilla or Voidzilla. I did not think I was going to go on that long talking about that. Thank you so much, Coffee. I am getting tired. Well, let me go back to H3. We did see that they did talk about this as well. I forgot what they said. I'm kind of curious what they had to say about this situation. Where did they talk about Tai Lopez?
Thank you for allowing me to say.
Darn you, Nintendo, for making catchy music. Catchy elevator music. Alright, here we go. Real quick, I just want to see what H3... I forgot what they had to say about this as well. So they did talk about... This is where I first heard about the Tai Lopez stuff. They're the only people, I guess, that care about Tai Lopez, other than CoffeeZilla.
I think when he took off his wig.
Oh yeah.
Shocking.
That all people exist. It's a horrific truth, but we all must face it. So he's back. Is there anything fun at the top we can hit? Oh, we have a ton of
There's
shit.
quite a few fun clips, and we've been accruing a lot of these. We have MGK cringe that you were really liking.
I got something. I just don't know if it's too good. But
What is that?
Dating
Oh,
Money
'cause
has
you
a new
make-
song.
You think it might be a VOD?
No, 'cause no one knows.
Wait.
But then send it on over. Let's go.
Huh?
The dating and money song. There's a new one.
A new
That's
one?
good too. I was gonna say we got to talk about Tai Lopez.
Well, so Tai Lopez, we all knew he was doing crazy, weird crypto scams. So the FCC has caught on to him, and he's being accused of a Ponzi scheme for hundreds of millions of dollars.
Oh my God.
$112 million Ponzi scheme that he's been accused of by
God.
the SEC. I was reading a little bit about the accusations, and
They're my prison cell.
I thought it was going to be some sort of complex like crypto scam of some kind, but no, it's like the most. And again, this is alleged by the SEC, not by me. So don't come for me, Tai. But it is like the most straightforward Ponzi scheme you could possibly imagine. Like just straight up defrauding shitloads of people out of hundreds of millions of dollars.
What's the end game there?
Crazy.
You know?
Huh?
What's the end game there?
To make money?
To run away with a bunch of people's money, I guess.
Yeah.
Or
So
to
by the
just
way,
keep
he's
it
still
going.
posting on social media 5 hours ago. Okay. Hey, dude, you're telling us about wealth right now for 5 hours ago? Bro, the FCC wants you.
SEC, but yes.
All the agencies, the Fs, the Cs, the NAs, the SA, the FBI.
It's a federal agency that investigates and prosecutes financial crimes.
Wow.
Who wants me to take their money?
And generally have an extremely high conviction rate, meaning like when they're bringing charges, they're almost always very
99%.
confident.
You're fucked.
And that's the they mentioned it, but that's one thing I forgot to mention though is like when the SEC is the one coming after you, generally, like they were saying, it does mean that you are screwed, buddy. That means they got something. They don't come after you unless they are pretty sure that they got you. Gotcha. I do the Kanye. Gotcha. So that's no bueno for him. I don't think that's typically like the early stage. Oh, they're looking at the FBI's looking into him. No, the SEC like they basically got you right now. They got him by the balls.
Yeah.
Tai is in a lot of trouble, I think.
Yeah, you know what I'm more proud of than these little chess pieces I whittled out of wood?
Knowledge.
From the from what do you call it? The yard? It's all these books I've read here.
Garage.
Here in my cell.
Here in my cell.
Knowledge.
This guy's gonna go from trading crypto to trading cigarettes. Not so pretty for, and I'll tell you that diet of his is gonna be hard to keep up in prison. He's a very strict diet.
So let me read you like this one excerpt from the CBS article because it makes so much sense. Because we've kind of checked in on Tai every few years, and we did talk about when he purchased Radio Shack.
Yeah.
I believe he also
Getting
purchased
SEC
Pier
involved,
1,
your cooks
like the
and
brand
stuff.
Pier
Yeah,
1
that's
after
not
they
good.
went out of business.
Bizarre.
Dress Barn, I think.
Was
He
it
bought a
Pier 1?
bunch.
He bought these like dead brands for
Yeah.
like pennies. Not pennies. You spend millions of dollars to buy the IP, and then he goes, "I'm turning them into a cryptos." I don't even know what the fuck that means.
What?
Well, I don't think it meant any. Well,
Not this one.
based off of this, let's say it doesn't seem like it ever meant anything. The point was to use that name recognition to get people to give him money as investments. And well, let me just read you this excerpt. So he acquired Radio Shack in 2020, 3 years after it went into Chapter 11. In 2023, Unicommer Group acquired Radio Shack, and in 2024 relaunched it as an e-commerce platform. Okay. So somebody bought Radio Shack away from him a couple years ago. So this is all related to what he was doing.
Can you pull it up? Put it on screen.
Huh?
Oh, you just
I didn't realize that. So technically, he didn't own Radio Shack anymore. Fascinating. So I guess somebody else actually thought that the name recognition was still pretty big with Radio Shack. So someone directly bought it off of him. Huh. So that means that he was scamming people based off of the other companies that he had. Fascinating. Yeah. So I guess Radio Shack still has a little bit of
Can you
clout.
pull it up if you're reading an article?
I can't.
Oh.
You can.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh,
Go ahead. I'll
gotcha.
pull it up. You keep going. I'll pull it up.
Anyways, so blah blah blah. The SEC suit alleges that between 2020 and 2022, Mayer, who is his partner, and Lopez made material misrepresentations to hundreds of investors about the bankrupt retailers they had acquired. For example, to entice individuals to invest in their acquisitions, they said their portfolio companies were on fire.
Yep.
I can hear Ty saying that. And that the cash flow was strong. They also told prospective backers that money raised for the company would only be invested in that specific firm. That proved not to be the case, according to the lawsuit, which was filed on Monday in the Southern District of Florida. Contrary to their representations, I'm quoting now, while some of the REV retailer brands, that's Ty's company, generated revenue, none generated any profits. Consequently, in order to pay interest, dividends, and maturing note payments, defendants resorted to using a combination of loans from outside lenders, merchant cash advances, money raised
My
from new
goodness,
and
Ty.
existing investors. They're describing
A Ponzi scheme.
like the
Ty,
most
this is
straightforward
like very
Ponzi.
Madoff shit.
It's Madoff shit. Exactly.
What are you doing, man?
Wow.
So money raised from new and existing investors and transfers from other portfolio companies to cover obligations. So he was just
I have a question.
he was breaking every single financial crime all at once.
I have
it
a
sounds
question.
like.
Does that ever work?
I mean,
There's got to be a guy that
some
works
people
for
get away with it.
Like I have this giant fucking. I don't have all the money I owe these people. I need to get a loan from this guy, and then I need to make a bunch of money with it so I can pay them back, and then I pay him back, and then everything's fine. Some guy pulled it off somewhere, and we never heard about it.
No, well, fascinating. Yeah, well, that's all we need to look into. But yeah, what a dumbass.